Hey everybody, this is Lowell with the Thrifty Kitchen. So we're going to come to you tonight, and I want to share with you a recipe that is super cheap. And I got the idea from Brenda Gantt. She is a lady that has some cookbooks and all that, and she's from Andalusia, Alabama. She has a YouTube channel. So if you've never seen her, I suggest you look it up. But she is, I just love watching her because she's kind of reminds me of my grandma, but she's also got a great Southern accent, and I love to hear her talk. But it's really so simple. All this simply is, she calls it thickened potatoes. And you just have to see it to believe it. So let me switch the camera over here. If I can do this here real quick. Well, I guess I can't. I don't know. It's not working right. Anyway, operator malfunction, I guess. But anyway, let me just show you real quick. And so I need to go over here to the refrigerator and get part of it that I forgot. So, sorry. Here's what is in this recipe. If you can see this, but all we have is we got some russet potatoes, we got some onions, and we've got some eggs. I hope you can see that. Like I said, I don't know why it wouldn't flip. But anyway, that's all there is recipe, and then some cheese. And this stuff here is actually optional. This is just the way she did it, and it looked really good, so I wanted to try it. But like I said, she said that this is soul food, and it's just a cheap thing. But she said if you're hungry and you want to do something that's really cheap, quick, and easy, this is the ticket. So I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to prep all this, and then we're going to get started. So I'll be right back. Stand by. All right, so I've done my prep. So as I was saying, we've got 4 or 5 potatoes. I can't remember how many I did. And I have diced them up. And I have a 1/2 inch or so of water that I've got boiling here in my electric skillet. And so the very first thing I'm going to do is just going to put these potatoes in. And as Brenda says, we're going to get them to boiling. And you can't forget, we got to put some salt in there. So we're going to salt those potatoes. Remember, we're going to get that water salting good. All right, so that's the first step, is getting those put in. And then if you've seen here, I took 2 onions and I've got them chopped up. And so the first thing I'm going to do is here in my little skillet is I'm going to put in about a little bit of oil, just enough to kind of cover the bottom. And then I'm going to put some butter in there, so we can get some good flavor on that. And what I'm going to do in this pan is, as soon as that gets a little bit hot, we're going to saute these onions and get them all yummy. I can't believe when I watched her make this, how easy it was, but how intriguing it is. It's called thickened potatoes. And again, I had never heard of it, never seen anybody do it. So that's why I thought I'd come in here, because Laura and I were sitting there thinking, well, that looks good, but man, that is a cheap meal. Oh, I'm not supposed to say cheap, I'm supposed to say thrifty. Thrifty. All right, so we're gonna, whoops, sorry, let me put you down for a minute here. I'm gonna lose all them onions. Sorry about that. All right. So we're just gonna let those go, and then We can't forget to put a little pepper on those. I've got a pepper grinder, and so I can't really do that one-handed. So I'll put some pepper on them while I cook. All right, so again, I've got the potatoes boiling. I've got the onions on the pan to start sauteing. And then I grate up about a quarter of a little block of cheddar cheese, and I've got my eggs. So we'll get that, and in the next step, I'll come back and we'll finish this and then try it. All right, so we're back, and everything's pretty much ready. So I'm going to show you how we put this together. So in this pan, I've got my sauteed onions. Hope you can see that, but I sauteed them, and Mrs. Gantt puts a little bit of bacon in hers. Well, I didn't have any fresh bacon, so I used just a few bacon bits to kind of help that, but they look really good and they're ready to go. If you can see my potatoes over here, they are boiling and they're about ready and ready to get going. So let me put this here so you can watch. Get this thing straight. There we go. Okay, so the potatoes are tender and they're ready. Now, what Miss Gantt did is she made a little slurry, as she calls it. And so all it is about 2 tablespoons of flour and some water, and get it to a consistency where it's runny, and as she calls it, get the knots out. So basically you're just getting the lumps out. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in our potatoes. So that's where it's called thickening potatoes. It's because we're going to make that thing. So we're going to go ahead and put a little bit in there to start with. And then I'm going to take my spoon here and I'm just going to start kind of stirring it up a little bit. She's saying don't really mix it up a whole lot because you'd mess it up. So all you want to do is get the potatoes thickened. Oh, this is working nice. So see if you can see that. So you can see the potatoes literally have turned almost to not a gravy, but they're thickened. That's what we want. All right, so let me fix this. Okay, so the next thing she did then is we're going to take our eggs and we're going to make little pouches for our eggs, and we're going to put the eggs into the thickened potatoes. So we'll put one right there. Right there. Got a runaway shell there. I want that shell in it. Get that out. If you tap your egg on the counter, then you're not supposed to have the shell coming out. Okay, we got them in there. Now, real quick, I'm going to put some pepper on those. What we're going to do is kind of let those set for a few minutes. You can see that. And basically, kind of what you're doing is you're letting those poach. And the other thing she did then is as they're kind of cooking, you want to take a little bit of that broth, or whatever you want to call it, and kind of put that on those eggs so they literally kind of poach in the eggs. I know it looks weird, but I think this is going to be good. as she calls it, this is just good old comfort food. But as she also pointed out, you've got your potatoes, which is your starch, your eggs are protein, the bacon bits are protein, and the cheese is protein. And so I think we may have something here. Give that a few more minutes. Now, I think it's just a little better. I think what I'm going to do is just put the lid on it a little bit to help them steam just a little bit. And then we'll plate these up and see how they are. Oh, I got to get my salt shaker. Gonna have to have a little bit of salt. So those are putting out some steam all the way up my cabinet. Those potatoes. All right. Well, I hope you guys are having a good night. Like I said, this is just something that I was watching a video and I saw that and I said, I've never seen that before. So I'm gonna try it. So we're gonna put it together and see if we can eat some thickened potatoes. Do you have a loved one, grandparent, grandpa, somebody that used to make just what they call comfort food or just depression food? Another one we used to watch was depression cooking with, Laura, do you remember her name? Miss Clara. She used to make some interesting meals too. But again, we're just experimenting and playing here. So, all right, these are looking good. I think they needs to be just a tad more done. Those yolks are still a little runny. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a tad of water in there. And I'll put that lid back on and let it steam for just a couple more minutes. Again, we got the fried onions over here. They're ready to go. You know, when I sauteed those, I used just a little bit of olive oil and about 2 tablespoons of butter or so to saute those in. Gives it a nice flavor. I got salt and pepper, I got the cheddar cheese. And so, like I said, give it just another minute. But, you know, I'd like it if you guys would comment on some of these recipes and let me know if you've tried them or what you think. Does it look good? Does it not look good? And you know, there is a discussion board where you can post information or recipes or ideas. And, you know, if you have a question, throw it out there. You know, we've had a lot of good responses from a lot of different people. And, you know, the group is growing already. I looked yesterday and there was 71 members in the group already. And I think I have one more request from today. So, not exactly sure how they're all coming together, but I think it's awesome. And we're looking forward to doing lots more. And don't forget, in November, we have the holiday cooking school that we're doing. And don't remember the date right off the top of my head, but I think it's November 3rd or 6th or something like that. But go over to the event tab and look at that. And then again, we'll post those different things. And I've got a lot of things that we're planning on doing here, so I hope you take a minute and look around. We've got some more recipes coming. And so, like I said, oh, now we're ready to go. These look awesome. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they kind of look like poached eggs on there. So we're going to take a minute here and we're going to plate these up. Turn that off. I'm going to get a spoon. There we go, this will work. Alright, so we're going to get that off right there. So we've got, you can see that or not. You know, I like my eggs a little bit on the runny side, as you call it, over medium or over, not over easy, but I definitely like the whites done. So I'm gonna put a little cheese on there, and then we're gonna put a little onions and bacon right on top of that. And I think that I am ready to dig in. So let's see how we did here. Okay, there's an egg right there. Oh man, it is hot, hot, hot. That's when that's hot. That is so good. That little bit of bacon bits came out really strong. Can't imagine just hickory smoked bacon in there. Oh man, that'd be good. The cool thing about this is even if you just had potatoes and eggs and forget the onions and all the other stuff, it'll still be good. I think I need just a little more salt. And I'm a confessed pepperaholic, so I need a lot more pepper. But you know what? This is really quick and really easy. And I think we're going to put this on our recipe list because this is really good. It just hits the spot tonight. I'm in southwest Missouri in the Ozarks, and it's kind of a cold, damp winter or fall day. It was all rainy today and all that. I'm sorry, I know it's rude to talk with a mouthful, but hope you enjoy it. Try it and let me know what you think. See you guys later. Bye.